And every step must be accompanied by strategic coverage and by integrated messaging based on how the customer wants to absorb information.
I'm delighted to have with me again John Bedwany. Welcome back, John.
Thanks, John.
John, you talk a lot in challenge number 6 in the B2B sales area that you have. You talk a lot about pipeline requiring trusted relationships.
Yes.
And make sure you're building those relationships as you build your pipeline.
Yes.
Tell me why you think that's important.
Yeah. So, first of all, let's just go back a second. Most of the pipeline that comes, no matter what type of demand generation you do, is what we call pipeline without relationships, because it's ad hoc. Let's talk to a few people, see what happens, bring it across.
Yeah, some sort of marketing program, bang, bang out there, and somebody says, yes, I might be interested in talking to somebody, and you know nothing about them other than the fact you've got a name and a number.
Correct. Now look what that does to the sales cycle. I've now got to get a salesperson who will accept it or may not. Let's say they accept it, accept the opportunity. They've engaged with the buyer. They've qualified that they are worthy enough to go through the process with them. They're now going to spend a lot of money, and they've got to close the deal within a very short period of time. We forget we're human beings. We don't buy unless we trust the person we're buying from, and we trust what they say, and we trust that what the product or the solution they're going to buy is going to deliver. If you don't have the relationship before the engagement, the chances are you're going to lose it.
But in what you're talking about, from what I understand, you're strategically looking at building a relationship without the salesperson involved until the right time, and then you bring the sales. So the salesperson won't have that relationship.
The company must have the relationship.
Okay, so you're now focused on the relationship with the company
Absolutely.
Versus the relationship with individuals.
Individuals come and go. They have to stay on brand and stay on the company's promise. So it's about the company. The issue we've got though, John, is simply this. All that stuff sounds sensible. How do you do it? So we need to, as an industry, find a metric way in understanding where are they in the journey towards trust, and how do we move them from one step to another. We believe it's a 5-step journey, and happy to discuss that any time at any other point in time. But generally, it's from I don't know you and I don't care for you, all the way to I trust you, and the 3 steps after, in between those two.
And by you mean the company, not the individual?
Always the company. And then you've got to align messages and experiences by metric across the journey towards trust. And when you've got that, what you're then doing is you're showing the organisation that not only are you speaking to the contact, you're showing how you're moving towards trust with your company.
And you're saying you should be able to measure as you go through your 5 stages.
Absolutely.
Where you're at and what level of trust you have got.
Look, if you can't, then how do you actually measure the performance and strategic market management of an organisation?
You're still back with a shotgun, aren't you, versus a rifle?
Well, it's absolutely. And not only that, there's no strategic management. It's just let's talk to a lot of people and see what happens. And even though we all talk about doing it, it has to be done. And it's a 5-step process.
And can you tell me what you think the 5 steps are?
Well, it's very simple. The first is the question mark. I don't know you and I don't care about you.
Right.
The second is the tick. Oh, yeah, I've heard of you guys, but not for me.
Right.
The third is the aha phase. Aha. Now I see the value of your organisation, but I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth is permission to educate. Would you educate me because it sounds like there may be something here for me?
Right.
And then if you educate with transparency and relevance, they trust you. And every step must be accompanied by strategic coverage and by integrated messaging based on how the customer wants to absorb information.
Well, if you're going to work through those 5 stages of trust, you're going to have to make sure it's strategic. You're going to have good data and understanding of where that specific customer is.
Exactly.
The individuals within the organisation you're working with, as well as the company, and the level of trust they have with you through those 5 stages.
That's exactly right.
Hey, that makes a lot of sense to me, John.
Come and work for me, John.
Oh, wow, now that's an offer. Hey, thank you very much. I look forward to talking about challenge number 7 next time.
Thank you.